What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
I'll never forget the day I checked into the 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans. I was so excited to experience the magic of this supposedly luxurious hotel, but little did I know, my dreams would be shattered into a million pieces. As I entered the hotel, I was greeted by a stern-faced front desk attendant, who seemed more interested in her phone than in welcoming me. I asked her about the pool hours, and she nonchalantly told me that drinks would be available at 5 p.m. I thought to myself, maybe they're just having a bad day. Oh, how wrong I was. Fast forward to 1 p.m., when I decided to take a dip in the pool. Lo and behold, people were already sipping on cocktails, while I was still stuck with my own water bottle. I felt like I was stuck in some kind of sick joke. When I asked the pool attendant about the drink situation, he just shrugged and said it was a miscommunication. Miscommunication? Is that what they call it when you blatantly lie to your guests? But that was just the tip of the iceberg. When I arrived at my room, I was appalled to see a cockroach scurrying around on the floor. Yes, you read that right, a cockroach. I called the front desk, and they had the audacity to tell me that it's just a normal part of life in New Orleans. Excuse me? You're charging me over $700 for 2 rooms, and you can't even guarantee a clean and pest-free environment? That's not just a problem, that's a health hazard. And don't even get me started on the room service. Or should I say, the lack thereof. I requested room service on Sunday, and was told that it wasn't available. Are you kidding me? What kind of hotel doesn't offer room service on Sundays? It's not like I'm asking for the moon here, just a simple meal in the comfort of my own room. But the cherry on top was when I encountered the nighttime concierge, Alexandria. She was talking on her phone, clearly annoyed that I had dared to interrupt her conversation. When I asked her about the free water, she snapped at me, saying that there was no concierge. I was taken aback by her rudeness, but I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. That was until she started yelling over me when another group of guests walked in. I felt like I was in some kind of bad dream. And then, there was the issue of the dated and dirty rooms. I paid $571 for a premium Bourbon Street room, and what did I get? A room with 2 burnout lights on the balcony and a pipe with insulation hanging out of it. I requested housekeeping, and you know what I got? A half-hearted attempt at cleaning, with the used water bottle still sitting on the floor. It was like they were laughing in my face. But what really takes the cake is when I tried to check in ahead of time, and the manager on duty was condescending and rude. I was still waiting for my wife to arrive, and I could hear the way he was speaking to her. It was like he was trying to make her feel like she was beneath him. And then, to add insult to injury, they charged me for the first night, despite my flight delays. So, let me get this straight, you're charging me for a night I didn't even stay, and then you have the nerve to tell me that it's not your problem? That's not just bad customer service, that's theft. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the sheer audacity of this hotel. They're charging premium prices, but offering subpar service and conditions. It's like they're playing a cruel joke on their guests. And to make matters worse, they have the nerve to act like they're doing us a favor by even acknowledging our complaints. So, 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans, let me ask you, do you know what it means to be a hotel? Do you know what it means to provide a service? Do you know what it means to care about your guests? Because from where I'm standing, it seems like you're just a bunch of profiteers, trying to make a quick buck off of unsuspecting tourists. And to all my fellow travelers out there, let this be a warning to you, stay far, far away from this dump. Trust me, you won't regret it. Based on my analysis of businesses near 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans, here's the comprehensive overview, Travel Analyst Report, Negative Review Analysis, Businesses near 4 Points by Sheraton, French Quarter, New Orleans, Chunk 1. This report analyzes negative reviews for 3 businesses located near the 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter in New Orleans, Canal Place, the Ritz-Carlton Spa, New Orleans, and GW Fins. The analysis focuses on recurring themes, specific issues highlighted by reviewers, and a generalized assessment of each establishment based on the collected feedback. Overall trends, a consistent thread across all 3 businesses is a disconnect between expectation and reality, often relating to customer service, pricing transparency, and adherence to advertised standards. While each business differs in its core offering, a sense of rigidity and a lack of empathy towards customer concerns are common complaints. Number 1. Canal Place, a declining mall with service and parking issues. Business character. Based on the reviews, Canal Place appears to be a struggling, upscale mall in a state of decline. It's characterized by high-end stores, limited occupancy, and a generally dead atmosphere. Common issues: aggressive and discriminatory security. The most alarming recurring theme is the report of discriminatory behavior from security staff, specifically a concerning incident of alleged racism. This creates a hostile environment and severely damages the mall's reputation. Dishonest parking practices. Multiple reviewers describe deceptive parking charges and difficulties resolving discrepancies with the parking company. This suggests a predatory system designed to overcharge customers. Poor customer service. Beyond security, other instances of unhelpful and argumentative staff are mentioned, including interactions with passport agency personnel within the mall. Limited appeal and high prices. Reviewers consistently point to the limited selection of expensive stores, making the mall unappealing to many shoppers. Accessibility issues. Minor, but noteworthy, is a complaint regarding unclear signage and limited entry points. Specific examples: the explicit allegation of racial discrimination in review number 1 is extremely serious. The detailed account of disputed parking charges in review number 2 highlights a systemic issue. Review number 6 succinctly sums up the mall's core problem. Talk about a dead mall. Not many stores, but the few who remain are super high-end. Number 2. The Ritz-Carlton Spa, New Orleans. Overpriced and under-delivered business character, the Ritz-Carlton Spa is perceived as significantly failing to live up to its luxury brand reputation. Reviewers consistently express disappointment with the quality of treatments and the overall experience, especially considering the high price point. Common issues: subpar massage quality. The most frequent complaint revolves around poorly executed massages, with therapists either ignoring requested areas of focus, applying inadequate pressure, or spending excessive time on irrelevant body parts. Hidden fees and billing issues. Unexpected charges, such as the $40 hot stone fee mentioned in review number 1, are a significant source of frustration. Transparency and pricing is clearly lacking. Misleading amenity descriptions. Reviewers felt misled about the availability of co-ed relaxation spaces, with promises of luxurious amenities not matching reality. Review number 2. Inattentive/unskilled therapists. Several reviews described therapists who appeared disengaged or lacked proficiency, failing to deliver a quality massage experience. Reviews number 4 and number 5. Rushed and unrelaxing atmosphere. Complaints about a rushed experience and a generally unrelaxing atmosphere detract from the spa's purported purpose. Review number 6. Specific examples. Review number 1 vividly details the frustrating experience of a massage focusing on the wrong areas and an unexpected charge. Review number 5 summarizes the overall sentiment: "This was the worst massage I have ever received." Number 3. GW Fins. Strict enforcement and service failures. Business character. GW Fins presents itself as a high-end seafood restaurant with a strict dress code and a focus on refined dining. However, the negative reviews suggest this formality comes at the expense of customer service and flexibility. Common issues: overly strict and arbitrary dress code enforcement. The dominant theme is the aggressive enforcement of a dress code that reviewers perceived as unreasonable and inconsistently applied. This is often the initial negative experience. Reviews number 1, number 2, number 3, number 9. Poor customer service and rudeness. Hostesses are repeatedly described as rude, pretentious, and unwilling to accommodate reasonable requests. Slow and inattentive service. Multiple reviewers report excessively long wait times for drinks, food, and server attention. Reviews number 5, number 7. Food quality concerns. While some reviewers acknowledged the food was decent, others reported spoiled seafood or underwhelming dishes. Review number 8. Pricing discrepancies. Review number 10 details a significant and unsettling analysis of negative reviews for businesses near 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans. This analysis examines recurring issues at 3 prominent businesses near the 4 Points by Sheraton in the French Quarter: Café Beignet, House of Blues New Orleans, and the Carousel Bar and Lounge, based on their negative reviews. Key themes include poor service, inconsistent quality, and operational mismanagement, all of which detract from the guest experience in a high-traffic tourist area. 1. Café Beignet, Bourbon Street. Common issues: rude and inattentive service. Multiple reviewers cited dismissive or hostile staff, including bartenders refusing to hand change directly, placing it on the table instead, and making condescending remarks about tipping. For example, "Remember that in this country, the tip is not included." Overcharging and order errors. Guests reported incorrect orders, for example, receiving 30 beignets instead of 24, and being denied receipts when questioning charges. Food quality concerns. Beignets were criticized as oily, dense, or like funnel cake, while breakfast items, for example, rubbery eggs, Dry grits were deemed overpriced and poorly prepared. Sanitation issues. One reviewer noted a rat infestation near the entrance, with staff appearing indifferent. Standout examples: a visitor was told the POS system doesn't print receipts after being overcharged. A bartender's remark about tipping to a non-native English speaker was perceived as discriminatory. Overall impression: Café Beignet's reputation suffers from unreliable service, lack of accountability, and inconsistent food, key drawbacks for a spot competing with iconic local beignet vendors. 2. House of Blues New Orleans. Common issues: staff hostility and incompetence. Reviews describe servers making offensive comments, for example, about patrons' weight, ignoring food allergies, leading to illness, and managers responding aggressively to complaints. Logistical failures: ticket holders for cancelled events were not refunded promptly, while concerts proceeded without AC, causing guests to nearly faint from heat. Accessibility neglect: a disabled patron was made to sit in a corner like they were punished. Food safety and quality: gluten-free diners were served contaminated food, and meals arrived incorrect or cold after long waits. Standout examples: a group with valid IDs was denied alcohol service without explanation, perceived as discrimination. A drag brunch had obstructive seating where balcony attendees couldn't see performers. Overall impression: House of Blues struggles with staff training, event management, and customer care, undermining its live music appeal. 3. The Carousel Bar and Lounge. Common issues: exorbitant pricing and lack of transparency. A guest was charged $39.60 for an unnamed rye whiskey without prior notice. Non-alcoholic drinks cost nearly as much as cocktails, $16 for a poorly made pineapple daiquiri. Exclusionary service: visitors reported being ignored for extended periods, with staff prioritizing certain guests. UK license holders were denied service despite legal drinking age. Atmosphere shortcomings: plastic glassware, despite high prices, overcrowding, and loud, off-brand music, for example, horrendous rap, clashed with expectations of a refined lounge. Standout examples: a couple waited 20 minutes without acknowledgement while nearby tables were served. A server refused a patron a seat at the Carousel, only to allow it moments later. Overall impression: the bar's gimmicky rotating carousel doesn't compensate for poor service and value, leaving guests feeling exploited. Patterns across businesses. 1. Service breakdowns: all 3 locations face criticism for rude staff, slow response times, and discriminatory behavior, for example, accent-based bias at Café Beignet, Idaho, rejections at Carousel Bar. 2. Quality control: inconsistent food/drink prep, for example, oily beignets, gluten-contaminated meals, and unmet expectations for premium pricing. 3. Management indifference: complaints were often met with apathy, from ignored rodent issues to unrefunded tickets. Recommendations for improvement: staff training, prioritize courtesy, allergy protocols, and transparency, for example, pricing, ID policies, operational oversight, address sanitation, rodents, accessibility, and event communication. This analysis covers all the businesses analyzed in the area and provides insights into what travelers can expect when staying near 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans. You know, I'm looking into all these crimes near 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans, and it's just, like, so sad, you know? So, businesses near 4 Points by Sheraton French Quarter, New Orleans are like, super sketchy, you know? Like, you gotta be careful with your stuff. There was this one guy, a suspect with distinctive tattoos, who allegedly pickpocketed a victim near Conde Street in the French Quarter. I mean, can you believe that? He then made fraudulent purchases at local stores using the stolen credit cards. Like, what is wrong with people? I'm guessing the victim was probably really upset and worried about their credit card info being out there. Maybe they even had to cancel their cards and get new ones. And what about the guy? He probably thought he got away with it, but the cops released surveillance footage of him inside a retail establishment where he tried to use the stolen card. I hope he gets caught, you know? And then, there are these unauthorized street vendors operating in the French Quarter. They're like, selling fake souvenirs, jewelry, or art, and sometimes refusing refunds or replacements for defective merchandise. I mean, who does that? It's like, they're preying on tourists who just want to have a good time. I think these vendors are just trying to make a quick buck, but they're really hurting people. Like, imagine you buy something thinking it's real, and then you find out it's fake. You'd be so upset, right? And what about the vendors? They're probably just going to keep doing it until they get caught. Oh, and there was this one guy who almost got scammed out of $1,000. Some stranger approached him on a French Quarter street and convinced him to hand over his phone for a supposed emergency call. While the scammer had the phone, they tried to transfer money out of the victim's bank account using payment apps. Like, can you believe that? I'm guessing the guy was really quick thinking and managed to stop the transaction in time. But, like, what if he hadn't? He could have lost all that money. And what about the scammer? They probably thought they were so clever, but really, they're just, like, the worst.